What's up, WWE Sphere family? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because you do not want to miss what we're about to break down today. The wrestling world is buzzing right now, and for good reason. Stephanie Vaquer, your reigning world champion, just dropped an explosive statement following one of the most heartbreaking betrayals we've seen in recent memory. Her supposed best friend, the legendary Nikki Bella, turned her back on Vaquer in the most devastating way possible. The question everyone's asking: what did Stephanie have to say? Stick around because her words hit hard, and this situation is far from over. Alright, let me paint the picture for those who might have missed the chaos that unfolded. Stephanie Vaquer has been on an absolutely incredible run as world champion. Since capturing that coveted title, she's defended it against some of the toughest competitors in the business. We're talking about grueling ladder matches, brutal submission contests, and championship defenses that have left fans on the edge of their seats week after week. But throughout this entire journey, there was one constant by her side: Nikki Bella. Now, Nikki Bella is a name that needs no introduction. A former champion herself, a trailblazer, a Hall of Fame talent who's accomplished everything there is to accomplish in this industry. When Nikki returned to support Stephanie's championship reign, it seemed like the perfect mentor-student, veteran-rising star relationship. They trained together. They celebrated victories together. Nikki was in Stephanie's corner during her biggest matches, and the mutual respect between these two warriors seemed unbreakable. The WWE Universe embraced their friendship, and it looked like nothing could come between them. But as we all know in professional wrestling, friendships are fragile, and trust can be shattered in an instant. Last week, during what was supposed to be a routine championship celebration, the unthinkable happened. As Stephanie stood in the ring, championship held high, thanking the fans and acknowledging her journey, Nikki Bella struck. Not with words, with action. A devastating forearm to the back of the head. Stephanie crumpled to the mat. The crowd was in shock. And then Nikki didn't stop there. She continued the assault, delivering move after move, standing over the fallen champion with a cold, calculated look that sent chills through every fan watching. The question that echoed through every arena, every social media platform, every wrestling conversation was simple: why? Now, after days of silence, Stephanie Vaquer has finally spoken. And let me tell you, her words carried the weight of betrayal, the fire of determination, and the heart of a true champion. In a statement released earlier this week, Stephanie addressed the situation head-on. She didn't shy away from the pain. She didn't pretend like this didn't hurt. Because that's what makes Stephanie Vaquer so special: she's real. Here's what the champion had to say, and I'm paraphrasing her powerful words here. Stephanie acknowledged that Nikki was more than just a colleague. She considered her a mentor, a friend, someone she looked up to and trusted completely. She spoke about the countless hours they spent together, the advice Nikki gave her, and how much those moments meant to her development as a performer and as a champion. But then, the champion's tone shifted. Stephanie made it crystal clear that betrayal comes with consequences. She said that while Nikki might have gotten the upper hand with a cowardly attack from behind, the story is far from over. Stephanie promised that she would face Nikki head-on, champion to legend, and prove exactly why she is the one wearing the championship gold. What struck me most was Stephanie's refusal to play the victim. She didn't beg for answers or wallow in self-pity. Instead, she channeled that pain into pure, focused intensity. She acknowledged the hurt, then immediately pivoted to what she does best: fighting. The champion also addressed her fans directly, thanking the WWE Universe for their unwavering support during this difficult time. She said that their energy fuels her, and that she carries the championship not just for herself, but for every single person who believes in her. And then came the challenge. Stephanie called out Nikki Bella directly, saying that if Nikki wants this championship so badly, if she's willing to destroy years of friendship and respect for a shot at gold, then Stephanie would give her that opportunity. But it wouldn't be easy. Nikki would have to earn it, and Stephanie promised to defend her title with everything she has. The gauntlet has been thrown down, folks. And the wrestling world is about to witness an epic collision between friendship turned rivalry. Now let's break this down from a storytelling and competitive perspective, because there's so much to unpack here. First, let's talk about Stephanie Vaquer's response. This was masterclass championship behavior. She acknowledged the emotional component without letting it weaken her position. She showed vulnerability, which makes her relatable and human, but then immediately demonstrated the mental toughness that defines a true champion. This is important because in professional wrestling, how you respond to adversity often matters more than the adversity itself. Stephanie didn't crumble. She didn't hide. She stood tall and made a statement that elevated her status in the eyes of fans and competitors alike. Now, what about Nikki Bella's motivations? This is where things get really interesting. From one perspective, you could argue that Nikki saw Stephanie's success and felt overshadowed. Here's a legend, a former champion with an incredible legacy, watching someone she helped build becoming the face of the division. That can create complicated emotions, pride mixed with jealousy, support mixed with resentment. Or perhaps Nikki believes that Stephanie isn't ready for the responsibility that comes with being champion. Maybe, in her mind, this attack was a harsh lesson, a way to toughen up the champion and prepare her for the brutal reality of staying on top in this business. There's also the possibility that Nikki simply wants one more championship run. One more moment in the spotlight. One more chance to prove she's still got what it takes at the highest level. And if that means going through someone she trained, someone she called a friend, then so be it. Whatever the reason, this betrayal has created one of the most compelling storylines in wrestling right now. The personal history, the emotional stakes, the championship implications, it's all there. So where do we go from here, WWE Sphere family? Let's talk predictions and possibilities. Obviously, we're heading toward a massive championship match between Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella. The question is, when and where? Given the magnitude of this rivalry, I wouldn't be surprised if management saves this for a major premium live event. This has main event written all over it. You don't waste a story this hot on a random weekly show, you build it, you let the tension simmer, and then you deliver it on the biggest possible stage. As for the match stipulation, that's where things could get really interesting. A standard one-on-one match might not be enough given the personal nature of this feud. We could be looking at a no disqualification match, where anything goes and both competitors can unleash their full aggression without restrictions. Or what about a submission match? Make Nikki tap out, force her to quit, prove definitively who the superior wrestler is. There's even the possibility of a career versus championship match, where the stakes are impossibly high and the loser has to walk away forever. That might be premature, but it would certainly add nuclear heat to an already explosive situation. From a competitive standpoint, this match favors experience versus current momentum. Nikki Bella has been in countless high-pressure situations, main events, championship matches. She knows every trick, every shortcut, every way to gain an advantage. That veteran savvy could be the difference maker. But Stephanie Vaquer is in the prime of her career right now. She's hungry, she's motivated, and she's carrying the righteous anger of someone who was betrayed by someone she trusted. That kind of emotional fuel can push a competitor to superhuman levels. My prediction: this is going to be an absolute war. Back and forth action, multiple near falls, moments where you genuinely don't know who's going to win. And ultimately, I think Stephanie retains the championship, but not without scars. This victory would be hard-earned and would cement her legacy as a fighting champion who overcame both physical and emotional challenges. However, I wouldn't rule out the possibility of Nikki capturing the title, setting up an even longer rivalry where Stephanie has to chase the championship back from someone who wronged her. That could extend this story for months and give us multiple incredible matches. WWE Sphere family, this is exactly why we love professional wrestling. The athleticism, the storytelling, the emotional investment in these characters and their journeys, it's unmatched entertainment. Stephanie Vaquer's response to Nikki Bella's betrayal shows exactly why she's the champion. She faced adversity with courage, addressed her emotions honestly, and then challenged her betrayer to step into the ring and settle this the right way. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know. Do you think Stephanie will successfully defend her championship against Nikki? Or will the veteran prove that experience trumps everything? Also, what match stipulation would you want to see for this showdown? No DQ, submission, steel cage. Let me know your dream scenario. If you enjoyed this breakdown, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, it really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more content like this. Subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on this developing story. Share this video with your wrestling friends because this rivalry is must-see, and everyone needs to be caught up on what's happening. I'm your host, and this is WWE Sphere, where we celebrate the greatest sport entertainment on the planet. I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue covering every twist and turn of this incredible story. Until then, stay awesome, stay passionate about wrestling, and remember, the championship might be gold, but loyalty is priceless.